All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Open Mic Network. Those of you joining us on YouTube, hope you guys are having a great weekend. Not our first 2K25 stream or video, but tonight I'm going to be setting up the universe. Our universe has, this will now be game number 3 that the universe has carried over to. And so basically, we will pick up where we left off in 2K24, which was first week of October. We ended 24 on a Raw. So the first actual video that will come out of 2K25 will be the Nitro from week 1 of October. But we still got to get everything set up since our universe is continuous from game to game. Got to get all of our people in the right places. Got to get our champions crowned. We got to get all that stuff set up. Luckily, we don't really, we're kind of starting a new month. So while there will be a few feuds that will carry over from the previous month, for the most part, it's going to be fairly fresh. But one thing that I did last year, and I really think that it helped my universe out, was I made some adjustments to kind of help the matches, since everything's AI versus AI. For me, this kind of helped, at least in my opinion, the matches be a little bit more realistic. And so I'm going to go through and there isn't any one place that I kind of pulled some of these things from. It was kind of watching various content creators and people that do universe mode. To kind of pull things that I liked, things that I didn't like, and kind of go with that. Bink, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? We do have, whether you're watching on Twitch or watching on YouTube, we are live on both platforms, so I will try to do my best to, if something's said in the Twitch chat, I'll kind of read it out for those of you on YouTube and vice versa. That way, we're not having a one-way conversation. We'll get everybody doing good, man. My Wolverines pulled out the victory. They will be in the finals. Unfortunately for Nick, his Spartans will not be playing tomorrow, but they will probably be a 1 seed. If not a 1 seed, then a 2 seed. So come NCAA tournament time. So he'll be all right. All right. So first things first, and what I've got is I kind of went through my settings. And basically did like a short video. Cannot be opened. Why not? Okay, hold on. Close out of this. There we go. All right. That should take care of that. Like I said, this is, for me, I think some settings that made the game a lot more realistic to me. The match is a lot more realistic. So first, got to start off in gameplay. Let's drop that in here. And so for this one, I mean, you could do legend. I did hard. I don't guess it really matters, but I did that. Weight detection, simulation, stamina mode, normal, submission game, rapid, the pin game, rapid. But that can be off. It really, actually, for the, I don't guess you have the option to, no, it was rapid. This one was off after the finisher was off. Trading blows was on. Chain wrestling, which was not in the game last year, for now, I'm going to keep it off, and we'll kind of maybe play with it as time goes on. I really, outside of doing, I did complete the showcase mode, and I got through a little bit of My Rise after they finally got it going. What was it, this week? Finally. I did dive in because I wanted to get at least up to NWO, the NWO sold out arena. Not that I, at this point, am planning on using it, but at some point, that may be an arena that I want to use. And there are a few other things down through My Rise that I may want to use eventually as well. But for now, hold up. Okay, we should be good. But for now, for the purposes of where the universe is at and kind of where we're at, there's not really a need to really go through it right now. So that'll be something that I may mess with a little bit later. But I wanted to get the showcase mode out of the way, so I did finish that. So I have not really messed much with the chain wrestling stuff. So for now, for the purposes of just kind of like essentially picking up where the universe left off in 24, we'll leave it off, and then that may be something that that I do add at some point. Rope break is automatic, I believe. Let's go a little. Does it end on blood? No. Okay, rope break automatic. Auto reversal for ground attacks I have on. I have on for entrance run-in. I don't know that really factors in, or that I noticed it really factoring in too much last year. Mid-match run-in was also on. Post-match run-in on as well. Blood on, but for me, I guess, I'm probably going to have it off here to start off. We need Doink back. You never know. Doink may make a return this year, Bink. You never know. I'm probably going to turn it off only because I do, and not that I have any issue with the bleeding whatsoever, but I kind of feel like they overbleed in, like, there would be sometimes where you might have like a Raw, and if I had 5 matches on the Raw, 3 or 4 of them would end up with somebody getting busted open, which Doink Rhodes. That's right. He was Doink Rhodes back in what was it? End of year 1 going into year 2. But I'll probably turn it off and only turn it on because I'm recording these episodes and then basically doing them offline, cutting them up, and then posting them on YouTube. If I know there's a situation where I want blood or I'm okay with there being blood, then I may turn it on. But for the purposes of like at least last year, maybe it's different this year. I just felt like you had all these unnecessary like matches having people getting busted open. And again, not that there's anything wrong with that, but we're not an ECW universe. And I do feel that if everybody's bleeding every match, then it kind of doesn't seem to be as big a deal when it, if I want it to happen, like let's say, right now, WCW, Cody's the world champ. He's kind of been in a feud with Rey Mysterio. Let's say Rey and Dom jump Cody or whatever. Cody gets busted open. Like that should have a more impactful or meaningful thing than two cruiserweights in a match and both of them get busted open on a Thunder or something. Doink is Hall of Fame wrestler in this alternate universe. He played a big role in year one, buddy. All right. Subtitles off because most of us, when we watch Raw or SmackDown or watch Nitro or Thunder or anything, for the most part, we're not watching with the subtitles on. So we do have the subtitles off. Tutorial tips off. I don't need, in the middle of the universe, to have... this year, I want to say, if I remember correctly, it's Paul Heyman that pops up. But in years past, it would be Xavier Woods that would pop up. Have you got the game yet, Bink? What are you on? You're on Xbox, aren't you? Okay. Well, you can actually use this for MLB as well, but I just put a link in. I put it up in the Discord, but if you're going to buy it digitally, if you're going to buy a digital download, check out the link in the chat, CD Keys. And it is an affiliate of mine, so I could potentially be benefiting from anybody that purchases through the link. But check out the prices. I know that the MLB The Show is on there. The Bloodline edition of WWE was like 102 maybe, versus the 130 that it is through the Xbox store. The Undertaker edition was 82 versus 99 on the Xbox store. And then MLB The Show is cheaper on there as well. So you can get both of those there and save a little bit of money and help out the channel all at the same time. So it's a win for everybody. All right. So tutorial tips, we don't need that. Edited, created superstars allowed because, yeah, no problem, man. Not a problem. And that's quick. When you order from them, they will email you the code to put in immediately. I've used them. Again, anything that I've got a partnership with, it's all stuff that I use. So it's not anything where it's like, hey, buy this thing. No, I mean anything that we've got a partnership with is our goods and services that I use. So I'm not going to send anyone anywhere that I wouldn't use, and I do use it. So there you go. All right, so we do have from time to time created people that are not in the game that we use, so we want them to be available. Allow instant recovery. Let's move ahead in my. I don't know that was on there last year. Possum attack. Ring escape on. All right. I think that. Let's go ahead and save that. Yeah, Terrence was playing a little MLB earlier. I was watching his stream. All right, so we want to go. So we've got gameplay camera standard, but then you do have the ability this year to be able to move the camera around, which I like. We'll leave that at default. Some of this stuff is going to be new. Superstar HUD off. I don't like having any of that stuff. I like my screen to be pretty clean, so I like to turn all of that stuff off. I don't know that any of this that was off. Take control. Okay, now we're starting to get back into some stuff that was in. All right, so control help off. Reversal prompt, I want that off. Again, if you're doing your universe, you probably maybe want to see that stuff come up. But since we're doing these videos like you're watching an episode of Raw or Nitro or whatever, John Cena and Cody Rhodes in the ring, there's not going to be, even though I do think a lot of times John Cena does call his stuff out kind of loud, and that was kind of a running joke for a long time that you could hear him call stuff out. I don't think he would be like, reversal code, reverse. So we have all that stuff off, so you can't see it, and it doesn't. Again, I like when I've got the video on the screen, I want the screen to be as clean as possible outside of the action in the ring, and then I do watermarks on every show, whether it's the WWE logo, WCW logo, or for the pay-per-views / PLEs. I do like to put the event logo on the screen since it is a joint. What do you call it? Co-branded. They're co-branded shows. I know. I'm kind of excited. I'm glad Biggie says Raw is going to be in the middle of the afternoon. That's the one perk, the one positive I think to the Netflix thing is they're going to they're gonna air it live whenever Raw takes place, wherever it's at, which I think is pretty cool. That's one of the nice things about the Netflix partnership. All right, display counts. This one I do keep on. Let's see. Okay, these actually. Did I go? Referee counts I leave on just to see it on the screen. But in all honesty, the way I have everything else set up, that's really one that we could really do without. Post-match replay I have off. We don't do the replays. Camera shakes. Let's move on here in my camera cuts on. I feel like I'm missing something here. Hold on. Never mind. I had camera cuts off last year. Camera shakes on. Camera cuts for big moments. I don't know that was an option last year. Camera panning. You'll get used to it, Pink. Dominic, what's going on over on YouTube? You're facing Sheamus on 2K25. How's it going with Sheamus? All right. This one, I'm trying to think what I had last year. I had that off. Vibration on. Spectate control off. Watermark on. Reversal output. Prompt. Okay, all of those. Because again, keeping the screen clean of all that stuff. I like to have. So we'll save after each page and then just go back in and go through. Awesome. Well, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Basically, if it's your first time here, my universe has carried over. It started in 2K22. Or 2K23, my bad. This particular universe. We picked up where we left off in 24. We're doing the same with 25, so I'm just kind of doing a walkthrough of how I set everything up. My settings that I use for this particular universe are a little bit different. I kind of tweaked a few things to make the matches a little more realistic, where it's not, somebody's getting picked up at a body slam and then we get a 3 count. So, all right, so that is all for section 2. Now we want to go to balancing, which was the third option in 24. Standing strike. So standing strike, grapple, reversal. I had this down to 40. This one down to 35. And this one down to 40 as well. This is where a lot of those tweaks kind of come into play for the matches themselves. The other stuff is more cosmetic. The earlier stuff we did, kind of the cosmetics of how the screen looks. More so than anything. These are the things, the balancing, the targeting. These are the different tweaks that I think, and I noticed a big difference last year, maybe a month or two into the year, when I went in and made some of these adjustments. I noticed the matches and how they played out were completely different, which was good, which is what we're looking for. All right, ground, grapple, reversal rate. I had that down to 35. Whoop, went a little too far. AI finisher reversal rate. This one I went up to 100. And I'll be honest, I don't really remember why I had it go up to 100. So I can't really say why. JR, what's going on, man? Welcome in on over on YouTube. Hope you're having a great night. I am excited about the promos. See, I found a way to get around the promos last year at the end of the year. For those of you that are watching the YouTube videos, I did have some promos in the videos with the magic of video editing and being able to just get the camera on one part of the ring with somebody holding one of the under the ring microphones. We were able to pull it off. But it will be nice to actually have, an actual promo ability in the games. Matt Adam Cole, that's right. Tonight was AEW was at invaded your work. How did it go? Our guy JR is out in Vegas. He is a content creator as well. You can find him on YouTube and Twitch. Twitch, The Real Tight Spot. On YouTube, The New Music Inferno. Let's see. All right, so, but again, I can't really say why I had 100 there. what my reasoning was, because again, it's been almost a year since I went through and adjusted these settings. So foreign objects, I went down to 30 on this one. Grab breaker rate, I left at 50. Combo breaker rate, I went down to 40. AI combo rate was a 40. No. Grab breaker rate, I left at a 50. AI down to 40. And then combo rate was down to 25. Oh, going too far here. JR says don't follow him. He's full of shit. Follow JR. Give him a follow. Binky says that's called YouTube magic. Yep. The magic of I've got the computer that I've got actually came from a post-production place here in Nashville that did that is no longer. They closed up. Damn, it'll be 2 years this summer. And it's a place that some buddies of mine worked, and I did a little bit of stuff over there with them. And my Wolverines did win today. Last second buzzer beater layup. Ready for Wisconsin tomorrow. And so this computer that I'm using, I got from there, and it's got every high-end editing software you can think of. And it can do all this, because we're talking, this place did stuff that was like broadcast shows and movies and wrestling and everything. And I'm using CapCut. So, that again, all those other things are great. CapCut's simple, it's quick. I can just get in, drop the video in, do what I need to do, and then roll out. Yeah, Nick is probably really sad, but Michigan State will still be, they'll still be a 1 seed, probably. 2 at the worst. All right. So, combo rate was 25. Let's go. Submission rate, I left that at a 50. For dive rate, I took that down to 10. Springboard rate, I also took down to 10. Because that was one thing I do kind of feel like the game really goes heavy on the springboard action. Now, I will say that with certain people, I still have a higher rate of springboard moves when it comes to Rey Mysterio. Cody has a pretty deep arsenal of springboard attacks. You see it from him. Kevin Owens is one that goes to the springboard somewhat frequently. Those people that have the springboard moves in their regular arsenal, you're still going to see it. It's just, you're not, I don't find that you're seeing Omos hitting any springboard attacks, which he shouldn't. He's not a guy that does those types of moves. So, to me, again, all of these settings, and maybe in 25, the game will play a little bit differently, and we'll need to go in here and make some adjustments. But for me in 24, these settings were what gave me the more or most realistic matches as they played out. So again, it's not going to get rid of Ray's stuff, Cody's stuff. You're just not going to see it from Omos and Nia Jax. Like, they're not going to be doing any springboard stuff. All right, grapple rate, I left at 50. Strike rate went down to 25. Limb targeting, I kept at 50. Running attack rate, I dropped down to 40. And again, if you guys have any questions as we're going through this, by all means, go ahead and ask in the chat. Or if you're watching this after the fact, because this will be uploaded as a VOD, as an on-demand video on YouTube and on Twitch, but more specifically on YouTube, type something and throw a comment in there, and I'll see it, and I'll be more than happy to help you with any questions that you might have. Again, some of these are from like a while ago, so my reasoning and maybe where I've tweaked a few things throughout the year. All right, dodge rate. I took to block rate is not on there. Dodge rate I took down to 35. AI. Let's see. Grapple. Targeting. Block rate is not on this one, it looks like. 85 for trading blows. I bumped that one up. Entrance run in. I dropped down to 2, which, well, it's on 2. 2 for all of these. Mid-match run in. Referee downtime. Took that up to 100. Only because if one of them gets knocked out, it shouldn't be an instant where they're back on their feet and it's like nothing happened. You want to have, if a situation like the referee goes down, there should be enough time there where if you want to roll out of the ring, grab a chair, crack it over your opponent's head, whatever, there should be a little bit of time to work with. So that's one that I do have extended to the full amount of time. Reversal window is not an option on here. Superstar downtime. Some of these were not in last year's. Okay. Reversal window. Drop that down to 40. This one, we'll take it up to 75 for now. That may be one that I change, but for now, that wasn't an option last year. Ground attack, reversal windows. Let's see. That was down to 40. Signature and finisher reversals up to 75. Weapon reversal down to 25. Stamina cost, that one was big, up to 95. Stamina recovery time down to 5. Rollout frequency 0. Because we all know that the rollout, and you're still going to see a lot of rollouts. It's not, just because it's at 0 doesn't mean you're never going to see it. You're still going to see it. But I just don't feel like it's constant where every match you have multiple rollouts as the match goes on. Rollout duration, kept that at 50. Stun gain was down to 40. Well, we had it. I jumped right over it. Feeding frequency, I don't believe was an option last year. Let's see. It was not. We'll take that down to 40. That may be another one that we come in and maybe make a few changes. If we see that it becomes an issue, all right, stun duration up to 60. Vitality, let me move this up here on my... that stayed at 50. Vitality regen stayed at 50. Post kick out damage recovery and both player and AI, I kept that at 50 as well. Damaging scale dropped down to 25. Drag escape difficulty, drop that down to 25 as well. And then carry escape difficulty, you guessed it, 25. All right. So that was our balancing. Now we are going to targeting. Player only. Everything which target teammates, manual. All right, so that all stayed the same there. Now we get into advanced. Recent finisher influence. Everything stayed 50. Influence AI. That went down to 45. Three plus 50. Finisher influence. Okay, that's at 45. Then recent signature influence. That's down to 25. Previous signature influence AI down to 30. And then previous signature influence, that one is down to 40. So that's the mini game settings. Timed pin. This one, everything stayed 50 on this. Submission. Everything stayed 50 on this one. Special guest referee. Everything stayed 50 on this one as well. And that should be all of our settings. So really the only two that might need to be tweaked from this for me are... What was it? The stuff with the mini game, or the not the mini game. What was it? The downtime, that wasn't an option last year, and then one of these down here. The stun duration. All right. So now, going based on what I had last year, I do use a couple custom championships. I use the actual WCW title, which this particular one does not have the WCW logo on the top. That may be one I need to add at some point. Let's take a look at the video options here. I do kind of like that one. No, don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. It's going to be between 4 and 2, I think. Let's go with that one. World Heavyweight Male Singles. Alright, so that part is done. You guys are just joining us either on YouTube or Twitch. Want to welcome you in. Hope everybody's having a great night. Hop in the chat on either side. Say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. If you have any questions, basically what I'm doing is I'm setting up my universe. The universe is in year 3. It is carried over since WWE 2K23. We had it in 24. We're picking up in 25, so I'm just kind of getting everything set up for that. But any questions you guys have or comments, definitely throw them in the chat. Or if you just want to say hi and shoot the shit, you can do that as well. All right. Base settings. No, I don't want that. Front plate. We're going to see. No, I don't want the... Do we have a WCW logo? I know there's one in the show. Arena images, maybe? wonder if... It doesn't look bad. We may have to... Steel? Let me go steel there. You definitely can't see it if we go that route. Do I not have the option to change the color? Why do I... That's kind of weird. I don't know. We may need to just leave that alone then. I don't know if I like that. Drop shadow. No, I don't want a drop shadow. I don't know why I can't change the color, which I guess if it's... Since that's the color of the logo, that could be why I can't make any adjustment to that. No, we're not going to mess with any of that. I just don't know that I like... I mean, I guess if you go that route... I guess if you go that route, it doesn't look as bad. Yeah, I mean, that looks a little bit better, I guess. Does kind of feel... Shit, it moved on me. I feel like it kind of needs to go over a little bit more. Maybe there. Because it should line up with that R a lot more. Just looks kind of weird for some reason. I don't know really why. Tell you what we'll do. We'll take it off for now, and then we may mess with that later. Because I don't... It's fine how it is. I'm not really that worried about. So we got the WCW television title, and I've used the red version of it for a couple years. Nope, don't want it that. I want it red, but I don't want it like... That one doesn't look too bad. Yeah, let me go with that. All right, title information, WCW Television Championship. Let's look at our movies here, see what we can... WCW television, that's right. Male single off, all right. There we go. And then our third is, this looks pretty damn close to the U.S. title we used last year, the WWE U.S. title. We do have a brand new United States champion, Braun Strowman. Title information. That one. What was this one? I don't like that. Well, this one isn't bad. We'll go with this one. United States. All right, that was simple enough. Yes, we would like to save it. Let me think. On the WW, we do need WCW. We do need a WCW Women's Championship. And I also use a different WWE Women's Championship as well. So let's go to championships. WCW. We'll see what pops up. We could try to look as. I wonder if I did WCW Women's. Those are our options. Okay. So that's not going to work. We'll just do WCW. And the one that I used the last couple of years was a white championship. And I kind of hate how they do the belts this year. Where, like, why the hell is it way the hell up there? It should be centered in the picture. I don't know why. Like, seeing the bottom half of the belt doesn't really tell us anything. Women's tag team. Which, in all honesty, if I see a design that I like, we can always change the strap to white. But actually, both women's WWE was kind of a pretty similar to the one that they've used, but it's got like a purple. But with a white strap, and then the WCW women's was a white strap as well. The WCW one was kind of. The one I used last year, especially, was kind of more of like a smaller version of the big gold belt. It was like a smaller plate. All right, let's see. What was that one? World Heavyweight. Okay. Television champion. And the women's, the one I used kind of had that type of template too. Which I guess if we had to create one, we could, but. No, that's the television championship. That's it right there. That's the one we've been using. All right, let's go ahead and download that one while we're here. I don't know why I thought that other one was the one. All right, let's go Women's World Champion. I guess that one's not terrible. Let's go ahead and download that one while we're here. And then I can always just delete any that. Oh, this is kind of. Let's download that one. That's kind of similar to the one that I used last year. And it doesn't. I mean, I'm okay with switching it up and using something different. I mean, we switched up the U.S. title last year, so I'm okay with that. We're not going to go through all 19 pages. I feel like we've got a few that we can kind of look at. Let's download that one too. We'll take a look at that. All right. Now we need. Oh, you know what I bet I could do? And then do women's here. This is my first time ever playing this game. That's what you'd think. There we go. All right. So, damn, 101 pages. Could go with something like that for the women. Tribal Chief Championship. And I feel like last year when I searched for one that was similar, like I felt like I found one pretty damn quick. So maybe we'll get lucky with that here. Let's see. And if not, for the purposes of setting stuff up tonight, I could always just use one of the ones that's in the game and then look offline because we don't have. I mean, we're not playing. We're not going to have any of the matches tonight anyway. So, that really doesn't matter. Women's hardcore. It was kind of like that, I guess. No. Let's download it since we're here, and then that's more pink. The other one was kind of a purple. But it was that same concept. Like the W was purple, which I guess we could always go in there and maybe adjust it. WWE ID champion? What the hell is that? Women's undisputed. Mixed. We'll go to about 20. And if we don't see anything else, we'll just use one as kind of a default and then I can always go through and it's kind of like the Eagle. The World Championship that I use for the men's. Let's see. Raw Championship. Intergender Championship. All right, let's see. I know this particular universe we've kind of taken off the streaming side, but if you guys want me to set up a different one that we maybe do on stream, maybe an AEW universe or TNA universe. I like that. Kind of a take on the old WWE Women's Championship. The people that go in and do these creations are... I still don't know how I feel about us not being able to kind of cross between systems and stuff. Because I do, the PC people definitely have the ability and flexibility and stuff to kind of do some things that we're not able to do on console. But I also think that some of that stuff is what maybe screwed up some stuff with our universe and stuff last year. So, like, as in where things would crash, you'd have the bald wrestlers and stuff. All right, so that's... I don't know why it's cut off like that. Let's take a look at that. No, it's not. That kind of looks like the one that I used in year one. This one looks very similar to what I used last year. And I'm wanting to say it was between that one and that one. Where this one kind of looks very similar to the big gold belt. So maybe we'll go with... maybe we'll go with something like that for the WCW side. That one's not terrible. I like that, but I'm going to try to find a better one because that looks not great. I guess maybe we'll keep this one. We do have a new women's champion. If we go front plate. Do we have a color option? No. Now I'm okay with keeping it pink. I don't really care. Let's go to title information. Did I put WWE? Oh, it is WWE. Jeez. Ah. I was thinking we were editing the WCW one. What is it saying? Women's World Champion. Delete. WWE Women's. Let's go back to this and see. See if it fixes that. I'm still saying Women's World Champion. Want to welcome those of you in that are just joining us. Welcome to the channel. Whether you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch, appreciate you being here. But don't be shy. Hop in the chat, say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. Okay, so that one... I think this one is going to be the same thing we're dealing with that WCW television title. It just looks really damn blurry. But that's pretty damn close to what we used last year. Like, this was our year one, pretty similar to our year one. This was... I remember last year we had two different ones that we went between. So if you guys have any suggestions in the chat, feel free to let me know. All right. So let's go over to Universe. New. And we get to watch Paul Heyman here. But while this is going, those of you on either side, if you have not got 2K25 and you would like to, if you're planning on it and want to save a little money when you do, then you can check out the link in the description, or I just dropped it into the YouTube chat, and I will drop it into the Twitch chat as well. I am an affiliate of CD Keys, so anything that I promote or endorse or whatever, they are services that I use. So, yeah, you can save yourself a little bit of money. I think that, and it's not just WWE. You can get MLB. I know is out. You could pick that up. But just as an example, on Xbox, the base game WWE right now, $64.09, Deadman Edition, which is the one that I got, $82.89, so you save almost $20 there. And then for the Bloodline Edition, $103.59. And actually, I take that back. If you're in the U.S., the standard version only $58.49. So, Bloodline Edition, almost $30 off there. Pretty good deal. So check it out. Let's see. Nope. My watch off here. All right, we are going to slot number 1. We're doing classic mode. Nope. Turn the tutorials off. We don't need tutorials. We figure it out as we go. All right. So, since we are going to be starting out more than likely, in May? Yep, May. Let's edit our shows because I don't want to have... First of all, we don't have NXT, so let's get rid of them. And let's delete... Now we can keep SmackDown, I guess. Let's take this down to... it's going to have to do 3. Okay. Championships... We can keep Gunther there because that's not a championship that we use. So that one doesn't matter. Whoop. Let's edit this one. Edit championships. Cody can be the champion because that's not a championship we use there either. Move that over to Thursday. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete all of the PLEs. Because we don't need... Because we're going to add all these as we go anyway. That can be deleted. Because we don't use NXT. Get rid of Clash at the Castle. Just got to get to at least... I think got SummerSlam in there as a 2-day. Ah, damn it. All right, we want to... Now, we'll leave that blank for now. Because I'll put in, once we get all the shows set up, we'll get that all taken care of. Let's go to options. Classic, intergender. For now, we'll have that off. Automatic rivalries off. I like to set all that stuff up. Take that off. Crowd reaction change. We'll take that off for now. Injuries off. Entrances. All right, so let's go to... We'll simulate through all this. Where are we at there? All right, let's do... I'm going to add a new show. It's going to be a custom show. And I do have a Tuesday Nitro logo that we had that I'll need to upload. I love this old classic Nitro arena, the old school. Referee. So it's all, we don't have all the extra. No, there we do. We get one WCW. Well, we got two. He'll be our standard ref. Location. Yeah. I don't think that it does the locations anymore, which kind of sucks. That was one thing I always liked about no, that's not what we want. Oh, where was Nitro up? Maybe it was at the top? I don't think I missed it. Which I can do. Yeah, I can do custom. If we upload that one, we'll change that. We'll change it to the Tuesday. We'll do the Tuesday Nitro. For now, we'll just do WCW. Put it on the right. Overlay design. Everything's going to be WCW. They do have a tribute to the Troop show on there. I kind of like that. All right, I think everything looks good there. I'll set it to 8 for now, but we will probably... Cody Rhodes. I believe the United States Championship is on here. There it is. And that is Drew McIntyre. Let's do our women's. For now, we will do... We'll do that one for now, but it's probably going to change. Raquel Rodriguez. Let's do our tag team. Kofi and Woods. Now let's do our TV title. Although I am going to change that up. Our TV champion right now is The Miz. Now we'll do our tag. I believe that's it. All right. And currently both of our this year's Money in the Bank holders have both already cashed in, so we don't need to worry about that. All right, participants. I'll do just enough to get it. To make sure we've got enough. And then I can go through and where you at, Cody? Charlotte is WCW. Cody Rhodes. I guess we need some more women. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Who is there? Raquel? Lyra? Maurice is there. Jade is there. Alright, we need more. Where you at, Kofi? LA Knight is there. We'll just save that. Alright. Nitro is set up. And the reason I do these as major shows is it gives me more flexibility to do rivalries. So you could do 4 rivalries per show. Not that we're going to have 16 rivalries going at a time. But it does kind of give you a little bit more flexibility to not be locked to one show or we don't have, I mean, everything stays separate except for the pay-per-views, which are co-branded. But everything stays separate with the exception of Rumble, Money in the Bank. If we do a King/Queen of the Ring, and then Survivor Series is head-to-head. Thunder's probably going to change too. I haven't fully not fully set on what we've got. All right, let's see. We had a blue one last year. With WCW there. Overlay. There is sort of a thunder. This fighting spirit. Nope, don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like that. Go with animation 1. Matchup screen, the same. Alright, I'm good with that. I don't remember who we put in before. Pretty sure Meechin is WCW. I've got everything. We'll pull everything up. Tiffy's in WCW. On the men's side, AJ, Dawkins, Theory, bum-ass Corbin, where you at, Drew? There we go. That should be good for now. Okay, I think that's good. We want the winged eagle. Well, tell you what, let's adjust. Let's fix this real quick. We'll go. Alright, I'm good with all that. Let's get to... Nope, that's not what I wanted. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll just... Who can we put in a match here? We have our truth a match. Customized participants. How do you get rid of the manager? There we go. This is going to take a little getting used to. There we go. Two guys that probably aren't going to see a whole lot of matches in our universe. We'll go ahead and give them one here. Start the show. We got to give Truth the win. All right. So let's go to Superstars. Let's pull up my roster and we can get the right people in the right places. All right, so AJ. We'll do minor show on, even though we probably won't have a minor show. All right, so we've got, they are WCW. Tozawa is actually not on any show in our universe. Alba Fire is WCW. And then in this instance, like, they can appear on the secondary shows, so, or can appear on both shows because it's technically the brand split is WWE and WCW. So Alexa Bliss, WWE. Chase is a free agent. Garza is WWE. Dawkins is WCW. And some of these, I don't think my rosters are completely up to date. Cruz is WCW. Shanti is WCW. Asuka is WWE. Theory is WCW. There we go. Axiom, WWE. BFAB, not in the universe. Corbin, WCW. Batista, not a regular participant. Bailey, WWE. All right. Becky Lynch, WWE. Berto, WWE. Bianca is WCW. Big E, not in the universe. Blair is WWE, I believe. Pretty sure she's WWE. I'll tell you what, we will keep her off for right now until I can pull it up and get it right. Braun, WWE. No Bray, no Hitman, Bulldog, Braun Breaker, WWE. Bronson Reed, WCW. We have a draft every year. The last 2 years, going into year 2 and then going into year 3, we had guest general managers. Our guy Terrence, who does content here on YouTube as well as Twitch, and Nick, formerly of Big Nick Streams. Terrence was our WCW guest GM. And Nick has been our guest WWE GM the last 2 years. I've thought about, on the Twitch side, using, like, people having a channel point redemption. But to do that, it would have to be pretty high, because you want somebody that's active in your universe and stuff and knows what's going on. No Bruno. Brutus is WWE. Part of the new Team Angle. Candice is WCW. Carlito, WCW. Carlito, fairly new to the universe. Carmella, remember, I think WWE. But I'll tell you what, we will take her off everything and then Carmelo Hayes, WWE. I think Cedric's WWE, but I'm not sure, so we will hold off on sending him somewhere. Gable, the captain of Team Angle. Stacks, they are in WCW. Former one-time WWE Tag Team Champions. No Charlie Dempsey. Charlotte is WCW. Chelsea is WWE. I had to think for a second. CM Punk is WWE. Cody Rhodes, WCW. Current WCW World Heavyweight Champion. Cora, I think is WWE, but we will leave her blank for right now. Pretty sure Dakota's WWE. Priest is WWE. Demon Finn Balor. Loomis is WCW. Obviously, we didn't have the Wyatt Six, or I didn't have him in my universe, but even though that particular Loomis was the one that was in the universe. Dirty Dom is WCW. There you go, Bink. Doink the Clown. Dragon Lee, WCW. McIntyre, WCW. And no Electra last year. I want to say Pretty Deadly is WCW. We'll put him there if we need to make an adjustment. We can. I feel like Fallon is on a roster. I just don't. Finn is WWE. Gigi, I'm pretty sure is WCW. Giovanni is WWE. Waller is WCW. Gunther, WWE. Okay. Hartwell, I believe, is WCW. Dawn is WCW. Ivar, WCW. Ivy Nile, WWE. EO is WWE. JC, I'm not 100%. Jade, WCW. JD McDonough is WCW. All right. I will be right back in just a second. We'll finish loading up the rosters here. Give me just a second to. I'm going to go grab a water real quick. All right, I'm back. If you are just joining us, or if you've been hanging with us this whole time, I want to thank you guys for being here. As we set things up, like I said, if you guys have any questions on the universe, how I've got things set up, or anything like that, whether you're watching it live now or after the fact, just throw a question or comment in the comment section, and I'll see it. Our universe, like I said, if you're not familiar with it, if you're not somebody who's been watching the content on the channel, it is WWE and WCW, not Raw and SmackDown. Our brand split is WWE, WCW. We do Raw and SmackDown as the WWE shows, Nitro and Thunder, WCW shows, co-branded pay-per-views, and everything else. So, oh, he's already set. I can't even remember the Usos like that. I can barely remember them like that. But like I said, we've got some history with our universe. It's gone on now for this will be game number 3. I used to kind of switch it up every year, like with each game. Like, oh, I'm going to do something a little different here, or do this. And it's actually Nick that was like, that he's been keeping his universe going for years. And he's like, try carrying it over. I was like, all right. So after, I kind of feel doing it this way, though, I don't blow through the time like I would before. You know, where I felt like we made a lot more progress time-wise, but we ended 23. The last thing we did in 23 was SummerSlam year 2. And then we really just got through like 13 months in last year's game. And I don't really know how, because I felt like we streamed a lot more. But then when we stopped streaming and we just went online, or just went to doing offline content, I don't know. But my plan, again, things can always change. My plan is to have our next episode up on Tuesday. Monday, it will have been... I do like that they do the old... We'll keep him off for now. Monday, it's going to be 2 weeks since our last new episode, so I definitely want to get... But I'm not going to lie, I've kind of liked... kind of taking it easy over the last few weeks. Been working on a lot of shorts that have been coming out on the channel. There will be one tomorrow morning. No, WCW. Cross is WWE. No Katana Chance. Third game she hasn't been in. No Caden Carter. Third game she hasn't been in. But there are a few. Like, I was looking at it the other day, and I was like, I was talking to somebody. I don't remember. I remember if I was talking to Nick, and I was like, I've never used Tozawa in the universe. So he's just here on the roster every year. And he doesn't get used. So we're going to have to probably bring Tozawa out. And watch. We'll bring him out. He'll get fired. And then he won't be in next year's game. I believe these guys are WCW now. I'm pretty sure. This is my roster that I've got. For whatever reason, I guess I didn't update it after the last draft. Kurt Angle is, even though he's just really a manager at this point, we do put him in some matches from time to time. LA Knight, WCW. Yeah. Lexus King technically is on the WCW roster, but as Brian Pillman Jr. live in the WWE. Logan Paul, WWE. Ludwig Kaiser, WWE. Well, those of you that have played the game, what do you guys think so far? Do you like it? The only thing that I've completed the showcase, which the showcase wasn't as bad this year, but it's always probably my least favorite mode. And I hated that they added in the timed elements, which anytime anything like that happens, you can expect that the game is going to cheese you any way it can. Maurice's WCW. Maxine, I believe, is WCW. Because Otis is WCW. Michelle McCool, Meechin, WCW. The Mike, that's our My Rise guy. Naomi, I think she's WWE. And I'll double check all these too before. Natalia, WCW. Frazier, WWE. Nia Jax, WWE. There we go. We'll hold off on her. She's WCW. Nikita Lyons is WWE, I believe. No, Noam Dar. Oba is WCW. Glad that there's an actual Oba Femi in the game. I've been stuck with, I think last year when they would call out his name, it was Oba Felt Me. Jacob Fatu, Jacob Fat You. Otis is WCW. Butch, I believe, is WWE. Piper, WWE. Truth is WCW. Orton is WWE. We're going full on disrespect. Or full on egotistical. She is a heel. She is part of the LWO, which is a heel faction in our universe. Led by this guy. Despicable Ray. Everybody that was shocked by John Cena's heel turn, and everybody wanting to compare it to Hogan's turn at the Bash at the Beach. Ray's heel turn last year in the open mic universe. Most shocking heel turn since Bash at the Beach. But the running joke here is that somebody from WWE likes to watch our streams and watch our content. There have been a few things that we've seen pop up after the fact, after we've done them, but that's okay. Everybody in the chat say hi to Paul. How you doing tonight, Paul? Ridge, WCW. That's supposed to be the final boss? Of course, it'd be a My Faction. Roman Reigns. WCW. Or WWE, my bad. Even though technically he's kind of out of action at the current time. We gotta wait on Roxanne. I can't remember. I think she's WWE, but I'm not 100% sure. Escobar is WCW. Scarlett is WWE. The chairman. Shayna, I believe, is WWE. Sheamus, WWE. Nakamura, WCW. Shotzi, WCW. Solo, WWE. The Bloodline's kind of decimated right now. They're not really on any show. Sonya Deville's WCW. Damn, I don't remember where Tamina is. I think Tegan is WCW. We'll double check. We'll double check a lot of these. No Thea Hale. WCW is Tiffy time. Ciampa's WWE. There we go. Trick is WWE. We're getting down to the bottom here. Sharkies, what's going on? Thank you for the resubscription. Appreciate it. How are you doing tonight? Wesley is WCW, I think. Have you picked up? Have you got the new game? And if so, what do you think about it so far? Wolfgang's WWE. I haven't done anything with the universe. We're getting everything set up tonight, but I did make it through all the way through Showcase and a little bit of My Rise, just to get the through up to the point where you can get the NWO arena. Yeah, I'm excited to try out some of the new stuff in here. All right, let's look at our tag teams here. DIY is a tag team. A-Town Down really isn't. We'll keep them together right now. We can keep them together as Alpha Academy. Let's select. Is Team Angle an option? I think it is. It is not. Team affiliation. Let's get Kurt Angle in here. Oh, I forgot all about the Bloodline Rules match. Yeah, that should be. May have some fun with that one. There we go. We could set him as a manager. I like that. We can keep them together for now. The Bloodline. I'm going to have to mess with that because there's going to be I mean, technically, the bloodline is kind of no more. We can keep Chase U in there, even though none of those three are in the universe right now. We'll be adding some of these people that we haven't been using for sure. The Lopes will be dancing. The family, we can keep them on there. We do technically have Final Testament, even though they are split. I do like how they have like the subgroups there too. That's nice. Fraxium, they are a team in our universe, so we'll keep them there. Gallus, a team in our universe. Heart Foundation, we can keep them even though we don't use them. We kind of got to add. Giovanni is technically still in our. All right, I like that. The Islanders. Judgment Day. Finn is still in it. Carlito is not. Liv is not. Dirty Dom is not. Damian Priest still is, though. We've got our played as Yokozuna in the Bloodline Rules match. Partners Wesley, Braun Breaker, and Andrade. That is a unique group. RLWO is bad. Legato. Nope. Carlito, actually, in our Legato. Now we can delete them. Of course, it takes you all the way back to the top. Where were we at here? The OG bloodline. For now, I guess we can keep that, but I don't know that it's gonna be deadly. Steiner's Street Profits. All right, I do like that. Terror Twins. War Raiders, all right. Three-minute warning. All right, so we got all of our... Oh, did we just lose everything? All right, I'll go back and fix that later. Damn. All right, so let's go to championships. Remove champion, remove. Anything we're not using, we're just going to remove. Let's go over here. Championships. Where's the winged eagle at? Did I miss it? There it is. We use a lot of different. You do the bloodline rules all the time. I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out for sure. If you guys are new, I do use a lot of the older championships. Just the ones like my favorite version of each title. How did we do it over here? Third was the women's. All right. Ivy now. We have got our... Where's our U.S. title? Here we go. Braun Strowman. And tag team. And I like the old school, which I've downloaded one that's more of a silver than a gold. Where is... Oh, I'm going to have to make a team for KO and Sammy. What am I missing? European. That is Kevin Owens. So we'll save that. Let's go over to SmackDown and set our champions. There he is. Ivy now. Over here we've got we'll have to create one. I'm guessing that KO and Sammy is not going to be an option. The nice guys. I know the machine guns are coming. They are in our universe. No. KO. And Sammy. So I'll have to go through some of those and probably make some adjustments. Over here, Raw. Why is Kevin Owens not an option? What about Sammy? Is he an option? No. Why is that? What if we do it this way? Let's see. Tag. Do I have to specify tag? Is that where I... Maybe that's what you got to do? Guess we'll find out. There we go. Alright, so that worked. Let's see. Edit shows. That's got us at 56. Vacate slot. Let's do our cruiserweight. Where did I see? Pretty sure the cruiserweight title was on here. Heavyweight. Cruiserweight title not in here? Yeah, there it is. Santos. Now let's do our tag. You know what I don't recall seeing? Did we? No, we had Ilya Dragunov on there. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking that we didn't add him to a roster. All right. So... That's considered an intergender title? Okay. There we go. Why do we have more on SmackDown than we do on Raw? I'll have to go through and double check, make sure that everything is correct. All right. So that's going to do it for our setup tonight. We've gone almost 3 hours. Damn. That kind of flew by. Like I said, if you guys, if you're watching this after the fact, either on Twitch, but especially on YouTube, if you're watching this on demand or in the live video tab, and you have any questions about my setup stuff or anything about setting up your universe, just throw it there in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to help you out if I can. And or if you want to know why I'm using certain settings and stuff like that, if you want a little bit more of a detailed explanation, I'll be more than happy to help you. This is what I used last year for the majority of the year. I ended up going in, which was the beginning of the stream, kind of adjusting some of the settings. And in my experience, those adjustments made for better matches, more realistic matches, and you didn't have a lot of the goofy shit that sometimes can come up. One thing that I do as kind of a peek behind the curtain, especially on how we've done the universe the last couple of months, where it's been not on stream, but the content has been made offline and then uploaded to YouTube as the episodic series. There are ways where you can work around certain things. Obviously, we know we can't do cash-ins at pay-per-views, PLEs. I call them pay-per-views. They'll always be pay-per-views, damn it. You can't do rival actions on the pay-per-views and all that. So what you can always do if you want to see those things play out is just set up, like, you know, if you're wanting to do a, like, funny enough, the October pay-per-view is not NXT Halloween Havoc, but the old school Halloween Havoc. And let's say I wanted to do an interference or something like that, then all you got to do is just come down here on a day where you don't, or even any of these days now that you can add multiple shows to a day, and just set up do a major show. It has to be a major show. It won't work if you do a minor show. But just do a major show. It'll let you pick what brands you want to be associated with that show. So, like for me, I could pick all four, or I could pick just Raw or Nitro. Set up your card as a major show. Do your matches that way. And if there's something that you want to have, like I said, a run-in or an interference, or if you want to do a promo on a pay-per-view, or you want to do a cash-in, that's the way to get around it. You can do it that way. even though it's technically not a show that falls on one of these days. I mean, how you could even do, if you're going to do 10 matches, like if I was going to do 10 matches for Halloween Havoc, and only one of them needed to have some sort of rival action or cash in, I could do that one match on a major show on Friday and then do all the other matches in one of those 2 days. So you do have a little bit of flexibility. You just kind of have to get a little bit creative to make it happen. I don't know why. This is 2 years in a row now that the cash in hasn't worked at a pay-per-view. The first year it did. In 2K23, because the first cash in that I had actually happened kind of organically. Like, I didn't pick it. It just kind of happened after a match. And then that was the women's cash in. On the men's side, I purposely held it for WrestleMania. And then midway through the match, I was able to do a mid-match cash in and turn it into a triple threat match. So I know it had worked before. Now, the one thing last year compared to the year before, we did have a little bit of variety on how we did the cash-ins, which was nice. You set it as a rival action. You could do it during the match. You could do it after the match. You could attack them from the crowd. There were a lot of things you could do. That part of it I do like. One thing that, which I guess we'll see when we get to it, after year one, or I guess going into last year's game, obviously Brock wasn't in the game. And so what I did was, we did, and I'm going to do this on Monday. I kept saying I was going to do it last week, and I think from an engagement standpoint, it's going to be better to do it on a show day. So I'll do it on Monday. But all the people that didn't carry over, if they weren't in the game or they didn't, kind of weren't somebody that we were going to use going forward, I posted breaking news tweets on Twitter. I also put them in the Discord. I'm also going to do them on YouTube in the post section as well. Of, like, for instance, last year, I can read one to you. It was under wrestling news. Yeah. So, that first year, we had, like, Dolph Ziggler wasn't in the game last year. We removed him from the universe. So, I sent out a tweet, and it was basically like breaking news, the WWE, and then I had Open Mic Universe and like in parentheses. It's come to the terms on the release of Dolph Ziggler, WWE, and the Open Mic Universe. Wish Ziggler the best in all his future endeavors, which was a famous way that WWE used to do their release notices. We had a lot of fun with it. I got some pretty funny messages with some of the tweets. And so everybody had a lot of fun with it. We're going to do that again this year for the people that aren't going to be joining us here in 2K25. But with Lesnar, what I did, because I knew I was going to use Lesnar eventually, and part of me was kind of hoping that we were going to get Lesnar, they were going to put him back into the game at some point. Didn't happen. But there were a couple good calls that I found that we used. But for him, he was actually our men's Money in the Bank holder. And so the storyline for him was, it was breaking news. Backstage during SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar was involved in an altercation with Open Mic Universe officials. Based on the actions of Lesnar, he has been suspended indefinitely, effective immediately. Brock, who is the current holder of the men's Money in the Bank briefcase, has been stripped of that briefcase. Tune into the Season 2 premiere of Raw for further details on the status of the men's Money in the Bank briefcase going forward. So what we did was, we were out of SummerSlam, we were in September. The pay-per-view that month was Bash in Berlin. And we did essentially a Money in the Bank rewind. And we put all the people that were in the match that didn't win back into it and did that match again. It was really screwy. Um, how it played out. Like nobody would go up the ladder. And so at one point, like I had to like jump into the game and like take over for somebody to just end the match. And so what I did last year is I think you could do 6. I think I only did like 4 or 5. Whatever WWE did this year for the Money in the Bank. I can't remember what it was. I did less. And it played through a little bit better. I don't know if there's an issue this year with how the money, and that could have been too before they had a patch as well, but that's one thing that I did, last year with it. So we're a ways away before, Money in the Bank for me was in June this year. And we've already had we've had both cash-ins. Ricochet was the men's winner. He cashed in. And Bianca on the women's side. Ricochet was successful with his. Bianca was not. So we've got a while, a little bit of a ways to go before we get there. But we've got Halloween Havoc. Then the next big one's going to be Survivor Series. That is basically brand versus brand. And the matches that we've got, we'll have a women's War Games match, and then we'll have 2 traditional Survivor Series elimination tag matches. Brand versus brand, and the winner, whoever, that's like a best 2 out of 3. And whatever brand either wins 2 of the 3 or wins all 3, either way. Then what we do is that determines who gets the advantage in the men's War Games match, which is the main event. The winner of that, what's on the line in that one, there's basically 3 things up for grabs in that final match. The winning team gets the final 4 entrants in the Royal Rumble. Doesn't necessarily mean, or even more than likely probably not going to include, the people that are involved in that match. It just means that, like year 1, it was WWE that won it. And so the final 4 entrants were WWE entrants. It was a WCW person that won the Rumble. Year 2, it was WCW that won at War Games. The final 4 entrants were WCW people, but it was a WWE person that won the Rumble. So that's one thing that's on the line. We've done 2-night WrestleManias the last two years. Obviously, we have the ability to do that this year. Years past, we didn't. So I would basically do one Sunday would be night 1, the next Sunday would be night 2. So the winning brand will get the main event slot on night 2 of WrestleMania. And then the last thing is the winning brand gets the first pick in the draft, which takes place, if we go all the way through here, we end April with Backlash, and then coming out of Backlash, it's the next, we basically come out of Backlash, tie up all the storylines from WrestleMania, and then the draft takes place at the beginning of May, and then we go from there. So that's the 3 things that are on the line for Survivor. That's like the big, the next big thing we've got coming up. And then what I do, which is kind of what WWE did this year and what they've done in the past, every year I've used Elimination Chamber to determine who will challenge for the world title on the opposite brand. So if, like last year, it was LA Knight that won the Rumble. He chose to go after Roman Reigns, who is the WWE World Champion. So we used Elimination Chamber to decide who was going to take on AJ, I believe. I think AJ Styles was the WCW champion. Ray won the Elimination Chamber, and then Ray went on to WrestleMania to take on AJ Styles. So that's how I've used it every year. Now they're starting to use it like that again, which I think is a good way to do it. But Anyway, that's going to do it for me. So for everybody on YouTube, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit a like on this video if you liked it. And check out all of our other content. We got a lot of videos up there. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think. So we will say goodbye to everybody over on the YouTube side. You guys have a great night and have a great rest of your weekend. And like I said, I'm planning. The hope is that we will have Nitro. Raw already happened. It's our last episode that's up. Nitro will be the next episode we upload. I'm hoping I can get it ready and up and going on, ready to premiere on Tuesday. That's the plan. So be on the lookout for that. Shorts every day on the channel. You can check those out from previous events that have happened. And we will go from there. So everybody on YouTube, good night. Have a great weekend. Hopefully, new video on Tuesday. Monday, be on the lookout for the Future Endeavors tweets. It'll be in the Discord and also in the post section here on YouTube. So you guys have an awesome night. Thank you guys for watching.